So yeah, that's right, guys. So it's pretty much like what I'm saying is, um, before tapping and check all those fuel lines, tapping it, tapping it, and tapping the fuel filter out there, and then go inside the car and tap the fuel pump. And if it's not cranked up, then you know I'm just gonna have to move into the next thing. Is what I'm gonna do next is um, pumping this gasoline into my car gas tank because it's pretty much like empty now. So that's why it's not feeding any fuels through the line toward the front of the engine. And that's pretty much what I'm gonna have to do next. I'm gonna make sure like cleaning, because I've been storing it, and just clean the hose before you even work on this transferring the gasoline, because it might be dirty inside the pump or whatever, but hopefully not, because this is what I'm doing too. See this? I have rubber band and tie plastic all around the tube hose, so dirt and all that won't come in over the time when I store it. And pretty much it's in the bag where I store it with this um, original plastic bag there. Um, so yeah, pretty much, you know, I can't do nothing much at this point but to transfer the gasoline, some more gasoline into the car, and then try to crank it up and tap the starter a few times or whatever. Oh my God, look at this guy! Ain't this a biatch? I've been going for like over a week or two, and look at this. This little tree here, I cut it several times, and right now it's becoming bigger branch. And I guess it was like a hurricane or heavy rain back then when I was left the house, when I was gone for the going to the wedding over to Texas for my cousin's wedding. And when I come back here, look what happened. I mean, branches just crack. It's fall down like in the middle of the tree, and it's just on the way here. So tomorrow I have to cut this tree down too, like the branches. It's just a mess. It's supposed to be branchy like all the way up here like that, but now the storm hit it down, so it's like on my car driveway and it's on the way too, and it's just a mess right now. I have to cut and clean it tomorrow. But anyway, back to what I was saying is that's pretty much what I can do at this point. I'll see what happened like later today or tomorrow after I, transfer all this gasoline into the car and try to crank it up and see if it's cranked up or not. If it won't cranked up, at least I try. And what I can do is pretty much is kind of use a hammer and tap it, bang it. Like, don't bang it hard, just tap it like around the solenoid and inside the starter here, and and see if it's cranked up. And what I can do is, I heard about if some of the harness wire or the battery wire is become corroded, and it might corrode it because my wires are pretty old too. I don't think it's that bad though, but it could be corroded from the inside. You never know, because sometime I had this car hood up and rain gets into it because I forgot to close it, and there's water. I have to clean it after that, but you never know. Those water later on become corroded, because sometime I left it open and rain got into it, and water might got into this fuel box or my computer chip here. I don't know. I don't know if it's bad or whatever or corroded inside. I really have to like disconnect this wire and try to diagnose somehow to see if this uh, CPU, I don't know, I guess that's what you call CPU, is like the main power CPU for the car. And it's located right here too, guys. It's located in the front of the car. It's located underneath the hood where rain can easily gets into. I don't know who. I mean, this is Mitsubishi. I mean, this is Chrysler engine. That's how they invented. That's how they they built to have this big wiring harness CPU place it right here. You know, that's not a really good place to place it. Okay, guys, like my Integra, they place this CPU like inside the car. So like water and all that won't damage it. What if what if I clean the car, go into the to a car wash to clean my engine? I got to cover all this thing up too, because it's all wire harness, and I'm missing a cover too. See that cover is cracked up. The bottom and the top is already gone. I need to like I got a replacement, but I just haven't really installed the replacement cap yet. But the cap down here, it's like it needs to be in like that, but it's kind of cracked. So I don't think that's gonna. I don't think that's a big deal. But I need to cover this thing because you never know, water can comes in and it might corrode it or whatever. But I don't know. I doubt it's because the wiring harness is corroded or whatever. It might be I have the battery wire too old. I need to replace the battery wires and the starter wire too, maybe, because it is old and it's pretty much costly to replace it too. It's not cheap, okay? It's like $20-$30 or more to replace all this big wire harness for the battery and the starter wire. Just that is about $50, I'm guessing. Okay, I've got I've got some battery wire inside my house like to replace this, but it's just to replace a short distance. I think I have all these two like brand new, but I just have not have the time to replace it because these wire might be corroded. See these battery wire? Yeah, it looks kind of corroded too, but it's not bad though. I mean, it just look kind of corroded. Let me see if I can focus in. Yeah, I mean, I think it's good, but you gotta think I need to cover this up because it's like it's not covered it, so that will have a shortage too. So I'm gonna have to redo this again sometime. Yeah, because it's like yeah, it's not corroded, but it's just like you know it's not clean. Okay, it needs to be it needs to be connected better than this. This is kind of shady because it's old. The previous owner don't do anything to clean the wire uh, up until this time. So ever since I rebuilt it, I have never touched those harness wire, and I know I need to replace those too. But like kind of check like every other wire too. I was thinking about like uninstall all the wire and do it again because I might need to clean it up. Like all the wire is like all over the place, and it might need hooked to the brackets and all that. I was just in a hurry when they were replacing, you know, after my rebuild, they just trying to hurry up and connect all this wire back again, and they never like hook it back on, or you see that the hanger is not hooked up. I need to clean all those things, and all the wire needs to be cleaned up in place because you never know. It might be any loose wire that's causing my engine not to start up. So I have to look into that. Also over this side too, all this wiring, I have to check too, see if anything losing. But like before it's working, everything. I don't know why it's just stopped starting. So it could be any problem really. But it was like this the whole time. I clean it up nice, the wiring and all that. I don't think it's the wiring issue. It's probably the starter or the fuel, the gasoline, and the throttle body, the EGR, all those is clogged up. That's why it's not trying to crank up. And it's been parking in raining season, and when the rain season, you don't clean your gas tank, you don't put that additive to clean the gas tank, or you don't start up and drive it every day. That's what happened. The fuel pump is clogged up too, because that's what happened to my Integra back in the day. I had to like take out the fuel, like go into and tap the fuel pump, because park it for a while. That's what happened. The fuel got clogged up. So I'm gonna try to do all this thing before I even do anything major. Put new gasoline in, tap the fuel pump, tap the starter, and see if it's cranked up. If it don't cranked up, I'm gonna have to go into more detail, like cleaning out the EGR, all that stuff, and check all the wiring. And of course, this Monday coming up, I'm gonna have to bring this battery right here. I'm thinking the battery is bad too, because like I told you guys with my previous video, the battery I bought it $40, and I store it in the house for like 6 months or so before I get my car rebuilt it, and then I have it connected into the car and ride for like another 6 months until now. So it probably going bad or weak or low right now, but I'm still getting power into my car like normally, nothing wrong about that. Like, car battery seems good. But anyway, I'm gonna have to check the car battery this Monday, bring it to them, and have them see it, uh, to see what happened. But other than that, guys, I can't figure out what's happening, what's going on. I mean, I hope it's not gonna be any of the harness wiring and the CPU here. Um, because like 2 3 weeks ago it was raining, and I had the hood up like this, and rain got into some of the, and then I had to clean it up real quick. I don't think it's like corroded, or like rain, a lot of rain got into the harness wire or whatever, because I cleaned it after that too, and I had like air air gun to spray all the water out and all that. I don't think that's gonna cause a problem like that, but it could be over the time it got corroded or whatever. I don't know, but we'll see on that. And at this point, guy, it could be any problem. Like the clutch or the transmission might goes out too. You never know. But when I step on the clutch inside the car, it seemed fine though. So alright guys, that's it for this update. I mean, it's been a good long 3 videos, 4 videos or whatsoever now. So that's it guys for this update. I'll see you guys in my next video. Alright.